Welcome back, guys.
How you guys doing today?
It is episode 3.
Already?
Oh
my God.
We are calling it Carginale.
I didn't come up with the name, folks.
I just wanted something that tied in all of them. We are reading the Caraval series,
Including the lovely Spectacular,
which is the 3.5.
3.5,
book.
technically.
I want to call it a 3.25, but that's just me.
That's you being very kind.
I know, right?
So
the
kind.
author of the series is Stephanie Garber.
Love her. Phenomenal.
We are wine pairing it today.
Yes, Becca did pick out a lovely one she's been raving about.
I love this wine. It is called Freak Show, right here in the middle. There's a red labeled one and a blue labeled one. So I love the red label. I actually drink this wine pretty often. And Dylan just loved to remind me today that it is a 15% alcohol.
Why are you constantly trying to get me drunk at your house, Becca?
The first two you picked was 13 point something, but I just now overdid it and did a 15.
You're trying to...
I'm sorry.
She's trying to kill me, folks.
Honestly, if I'm being honest.
Thank God I ate today. I am not to be held liable for anything I say or do under this wine. You guys are my witness.
For now, let's do a little description of this book series.
Yeah, technically, it was a trilogy until about 2 years ago when Spectacular came out.
Okay.
Which was random.
Yeah, Spectacular is just a weird
little
story.
novella.
Yeah, it's like Christmas related story.
It would be lovely to read like around Christmas, but it's right now the middle. Actually, no, it's the beginning of...
It's the beginning of spring. Honestly.
Yeah.
For Vegas, it is.
Don't remind me. The hot weather has already started. But anyways, you guys. Back to Caraval.
Little backstory on Caraval. It's a YA, young adult. Yeah. I'm so over young adult.
We had a lovely meeting today discussing what's coming next for you guys. And
we're spicing it up.
Thank freaking God. I'm not a whore, but I'm a whore. Am I allowed to say that on a podcast?
You just did, so it's fine.
It's fine. I'm a whore. I enjoy some smut.
I think we all enjoy some smut. I think for this podcast to fully start going, we need some smut in here,
Smut is coming, you guys. We promise.
It truly is. Thank God.
Now, give us another 2 episodes and we'll be spicing things up for y'all.
Super excited for it. Okay, so back to this lovely trilogy.
Lovely, yes.
What would be your briefest description for someone who has not read this book yet?
Think of a circus on acid. That is Caraval. It is where your nightmares become reality and your dreams kind of twist.
So I thought of it as God, what's that show called? American Horror Story on crack.
You too? Freak Show, especially season 4, right?
Yeah. It's like American Horror Story, but not so much horror.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but especially with the first book. The first book is definitely more tame compared to Legendary and Finale.
I feel like the first book could have been fine with a standalone.
Honestly, you're right.
Because it kind of didn't tie into the other two. The other two kind of had to make up their own story to be added onto it.
I do agree, because there was definitely a power struggle between our 2 heroines, I feel like.
Before we go more into this, we're just going to keep giving brief descriptions.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies. I'm just really excited to talk about this because in my head, I have so much. Because Becca's the only person I know that really has read Caraval.
Yeah, I read it 3 weeks ago.
She's going to keep giving me shit, folks.
I have been waiting on Dylan. He has had a busy life, okay?
I've been busy. I've been doing things. I've been reading Sunrise on the Reaping. It's not my fault.
I've been waiting for 3 weeks, so I might be a little rusty in this one.
She's not going to be rusty. The girl has a mind like a tack. Sharp, silver, will kill you.
We'll see how that goes.
You're going to be fine, especially when you get some wine in you. Miss 15% trying to kill me on camera.
I'm sorry. Not sorry. I feel like it definitely had a tarot card kind of vibe in it. But the tarot cards are what? Gods?
Fates.
Fates
are like gods. They're essentially these beings of immense power that, to be honest with you, they're kind of dicks.
Yeah, they're all assholes in their own way for selfish purposes.
One of them is my baby, and you will not shit on him. Do you understand me?
Can I shit on him in this trilogy?
He's still super hot. I don't care if he's a dick. This is why I like toxic men.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, you know what? Rude. I'm not even drunk yet.
I would definitely say this series. Did you see my Goodreads?
I was good and did not look at your Goodreads. Unlike Somebody, I Can Wait.
Okay, well, that was last time. I didn't even look at yours, to be honest. But it actually also
It's so
shows
far back
yours
there. It's so far
on
back there.
I rated it a 4 out of all of them.
All of them?
I wanted to give it a 3.5, honestly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All of them or just certain ones?
All of them.
Valid. I feel the only book I personally really enjoyed was Legendary because I like Tella. I loved Tella so much.
Don't keep talking about it. You're getting too much out of it. We're just doing brief descriptions, Dylan.
Okay.
Come on now. It's for all those readers who have not read this book yet.
If they haven't, wait, when did this book even come out?
2017 is
2017?
copyright. Yeah.
Dang, that's old. I mean, okay, it's not old.
Flatiron paperback edition, May 2018.
Huh.
So it's pretty old. I didn't even realize it. I honestly liked them for the book covers because they're nice to look at.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. But, I was expecting more out of them.
Okay. Definitely a love story. 2 different love stories.
2 different love stories, but no smut.
It's a teen book. What do you expect?
Spice level 0.5.
Spice level 0.
Yeah, you're right. Spice level 0.
There was not a description of anyone's junk.
No.
It's a 0.
It was just kissing, and even the kissing was very vague or very small or barely there.
Very good for 13-year-old readers, I'd say. Even the violence in it wasn't very violent.
No. And I mean, even with like us talking about like American Horror Story, again, not horror filled, more circus filled.
Definitely the circus vibes.
Circus filled and basically making dreams become reality in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, with
bending reality.
Yeah, bending reality.
With magic.
But the magic system isn't really super unique either.
Right.
It's kind of, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's basic.
Yeah, it is very basic.
It's wave your hand and sparks will appear, stars will change, which is,
I found these books okay, but I wanted to just read through them. I wanted to just get through them.
When did that start for you? Was it the first book?
It was the second book.
Second book is when it kind of clicked
book,
for you?
We'll talk way more into this, but I don't know. It just felt I just needed to finish reading it because I was over it.
It does center around 2 sisters, an abusive father, a lovely swoon-worthy man that is kind of a dick, and then another even more swoon-worthy man that is an epic dick. That doesn't even include my favorite character.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty good.
I think so. I think it's time to crack open the wine.
We're going to crack open this wine
Let's
first.
do it.
And then we'll get into all the juicy stuff.
3 weeks worth of stuff saved up here, folks. Oh, I'm so excited about this wine. You yelled at me for the freaking 13%. Ooh, it's a lovely red color.
So this wine is a Cabernet. It'll be more probably on the dry side.
Okay.
This is probably one of my favorite wines. It just smells tasty.
Ooh, it smells so good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. I just love it.
Oh my God. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
And it's 15%. So now we're in the part of the podcast.
There's about to be spoilers.
If you have not read the series and you do want to read the series, you should probably not listen.
I can't be controlled, especially when there's wine involved.
I don't think we both can be controlled, especially together and with wine.
She yells. You've seen it. Sorry, I've seen it.
Like I yell? What?
She threw Onyx Storm across the floor, you guys. It was bad.
I didn't throw my phone.
Oh, yeah, you don't have physical copies of that one.
No. Anyway, so yeah, spoilers coming up in 3, 2, 1, start it.
What the fuck? Was spectacular. Sorry, I literally, for context, you guys, just finished Spectacular today, so I've been holding that in for about a good couple hours now.
I would say at least an hour.
That is long enough for this shitty book. Sorry, I'm blunt. Look, I love Christmas. I think the idea behind a Christmas novella is amazing, but let's not play kidnapper. And I'm sorry, yes, it's romantic in theory, but drugging someone? The fuck? Look, I love Legend.
I knew he was Dante.
Oh yeah, everyone knew he was Dante. Are you
It
kidding
was
me?
so obvious in the first book when they both
100%.
had matching tattoos. Scarlet annoys the fuck out of me.
Really?
Annoys the living daylight out of me. Not gonna lie.
All of book 1?
All of the series. The entire series. She's such an innocent little girl that wants to like date this one man through letters that she hasn't even freaking met. And she's like, no, I need him. He's just the best guy ever. Even though she had an abusive father. And I'm just like, what is this girl on right now? And her sister, Hella, could not freaking change her mind worth anything. I could not stand Scarlet. And Scarlet was all about the first book. And I was just like, what the hell is this woman doing?
She was not the best heroine, I would say. I'll agree to that. She definitely got on my nerves. I do think her games were more interesting to read about than Tella's.
Yeah.
But I think Tella overall had the better story.
Only because Tella's story technically ties into the fates and the cards and whatnot.
Scarlet was a good intro to Caraval, seeing things through her eyes, but it got very annoying to me that, oh, I have to leave in 3 days to marry the Count who I've never met. Bitch, you've been wanting to go to Caraval. So at the beginning of Caraval, there's letters.
There's letters from like years past.
Yes, and all she wants to do
to Caraval, to Legend.
And all she wanted to do was go play this game, and you finally get this opportunity to live the adventure that you've been wanting.
But also she had to get kidnapped in order to go.
I mean,
she had to think that Tella was in danger, her sister. She had to think that Tella was in danger the entire time and go with Julian. Yeah, she had to go with Julian.
Her eventual love interest.
And Julian is Dante/Legend's brother.
Saw that coming too, by the way.
Oh, 100%. A lot of the book
is predictable.
Is so predictable.
100%.
That's why I just wanted to rush through them. That's why I read so fast. I probably read these books in a week.
Yeah, she did. She kept messaging me. I'm like, either she's really liking it or she's hating it and she wants it done. I wasn't 100% sure because like they weren't spicy. So I'm like, that's going to be like, how do I say this? It's going to be a negative factor on your list. Yeah. But the story isn't horrible, especially when you get to the fates. So I was like, okay.
I feel like the fates turn around the story to make it more interesting.
Especially my husband, Jax. We've been married. He doesn't know it yet. I'm his one true love.
The Prince of Hearts.
So hot. So, fun fact, before I read Caraval, I actually read the sequel series, Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Before Caraval.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't know Once Upon a Broken Heart was a sequel series.
Jax is pretty much of a dick.
Jax is a hot dick. Leave him alone. He just wanted
true
love.
Love is Tella.
He wanted love.
His true love is Tella, and she'll
true love
never
is me.
have
He doesn't
him.
know that. He'll figure it out soon.
All of them will.
I'm just saying, when I first read Once Upon a Broken Heart, all I knew was Jax. So when I got a message on Instagram, actually, that I was reading the wrong series first, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because they're talking about this girl who's his true love. And
you have no idea what the hell they're
I'm like,
talking
okay,
about.
cool. This is a really elaborate backstory. I don't know. Like,
so now it'll be different.
And then I went in, and when he was like, oh, like, I'm Jax, in the carriage scene, I knew exactly who that fucker was. I knew exactly what he was. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to get my baby's story, and my baby turned out to be a grade A douche nozzle. I loved it. I mean, that's fine. He could poison me anytime he wants. He could make... I'm already obsessed with him. Let's face that right now. I'm a sucker for blonde-haired guys who cry tears of blood. I can own up to that. Yes, he may not have shadow powers, but you know what? He has a power over my heart. Very single, as you can tell, you guys. Question. You preferred Scarlet's Caraval over Donatella's, correct?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I don't know. They both were, I don't know. I feel like Scarlet's was more adventurous.
Okay.
More on the edge, I would
Okay.
say, because she was trying to find her sister.
Mm-hmm.
There was a death that happened that you did not know yet, that with Legend's magic within Caraval, that he can bring people back after Caraval is done.
Correct. Yes.
I found that without knowing to be more interesting.
Okay.
And I also found it really interesting that he made himself die in Caraval and then
That
made
was really interesting,
someone
yeah.
else be him in disguise, you know? Because Dante died in the first one.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was gone
He got killed off and his hand
very
was chopped
quickly.
off.
Very quickly too.
And Dante is Legend that you find out in
Book 2.
Book 2, which is called Legendary.
10 times better than Caraval, in my personal opinion. I thought the story was 10 times more thought out. It also introduced Jax, and I think Tella...
it introduced a lot.
It did.
But I also feel like still Caraval could have been a standalone and it would have been fine.
That's fair. I think that...
I feel like she had to kind of make up.
No, I agree. Especially because the fates are not at all in Caraval. They're not even hinted.
The fates, the deck, none of it is hinted at all within the first book.
Their mom was,
Their mom was, but it wasn't anything else other
wasn't
than the
very
mom.
important.
No. And I thought that, you know, if you're going to mention that and it's going to be such a big part of book 2 and 3.
You should continue that.
I mean,
Or
you
like
should have mentioned it in book 1 a little bit more.
100%. It's just kind of
You
talked
should have,
about in
like,
book 1 that
introduced it more so in book 1, and then continued it with book 2 with Tella's side, and then book 3 when the Fates come out of their deck.
I definitely also feel that Tella was more of a protagonist than Scarlet. And that is one fault of Finale, because I feel Finale, even though it was aimed to kind of be both sisters' stories, you know what I mean?
It was more Tella's
story.
no matter what.
Yeah. Like she did such a good job. Say what you will about the characters, she did such a good job in establishing Scarlet as the protagonist of Caraval and Tella as the protagonist of Legendary.
Sure.
That when Finale came around, I didn't feel it was a 50-50 split. I genuinely felt it was more like a 70-30 split.
Yeah.
Because the Scarlet's chapters, they were very tiny. And personally, I think she had more to do in Finale than Tella did.
Yeah.
Especially with, spoiler alert, the big bad fate, Gabriel. He is Scarlet's real father. The Fallen Star. Also, I'm going to be straight with you too. I feel when it comes to Legendary, it was a better written book than both Finale and Caraval and Spectacular. But it doesn't take a lot to beat Spectacular.
I mean, Spectacular was okay. I liked the illustrations
yeah.
to like actually see visuals. I would love to see what these worlds or whatever of Caraval actually look like.
It would make a great TV show.
Yeah, because they sound very exotic and intricate also, and it's forever changing almost because of Legend and his magic, and he can magically change anything at any given time. Oh, and during Caraval, you know how there's always clues and whatnot. It also kind of reminded me of a big escape room.
I like that idea. I didn't make that connection.
Like it's an escape room carnival because you have to find the clues to the next clue.
I'm not good at escape rooms, so I don't think I do really good at Caraval. I'm going to be straight with you. I'd be running around like, okay, well, I'm going to go here.
You'd be the person drinking and having a good time.
Oh, 100%. Are you kidding me?
You'd be the person going around and giving false information to everyone.
Oh, 100%. I'd be like, they went that way, you guys. Just go that way.
way.
I will admit one aspect of Caraval I did enjoy was the fortune teller. I thought that scene was really well done.
I like the fortune teller guy.
He was different.
Yeah, because I liked the aspect of wherever you look on his tattooed body, like that gave him a vibe of like who you are or what you're searching for at that time in life or whatever. I loved the meanings behind him more so than anything.
And the writing overall wasn't horrible, I feel like.
I wouldn't say it was horrible.
It was definitely YA. I'm going to be straight with you guys. This is YA.
So young adult. It is so strictly young adult. It kind of reminded me of like freaking Twilight. And that we were all like, oh my God.
This is the best thing ever. Which we will eventually be rereading Twilight. Slight spoiler for you guys. That is coming up later on in the docket this year.
It's in our sip it backs.
That's going to be exciting.
It is. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. We got a little surprise for you guys today, actually. So who was your favorite fate?
Honestly, I don't know.
Not my husband?
No.
He was kind of a dick.
I kind of like the poisoner because you can just poison the fuck out of people and they wouldn't know.
That's valid.
I kind of liked Oracle to know like the future.
That card was amazing.
But at the same time, it was forever changing. And it said, I think if I remember correctly in the book, that if you look too far into it, it becomes reality. You can't really look at it too long or like ask for it for a lot because it just starts becoming true. That was a big thing with Tella for finding her mom in the series because her mom was stuck in a card.
That was sad.
She had mommy issues.
Well, to be fair, her mom was kind of a shitty mother.
Why would you have mommy issues?
I mean, I know some guys. TMI, cover your ears, children listening. I know guys who have mommy issues just because their mommy was too much of a mommy.
Right. This mother was not even a good mother or even a mother really in the first place.
No, she left, I think Scarlet was 7 and Tella was 6.
Yeah, with the king or whatever, and their dad's abusive, whatever.
Shocker. Standard YA, you guys.
It was just so YA. I could not wait to finish the series.
It was really YA. And it wasn't YA in a way that was like, eventually you'd forget you're reading YA. It was YA in a sense of, this is not written that well. The plot is very predictable. I will admit admit the stuff about Jax did kind of catch me off guard. I always knew he was a bastard.
Right.
But, like, especially with the marriage thing and...
Yeah, his backstory definitely caught me off guard, too. And I liked his backstory, though, because it gave you more insight as to why he is for how he is kind of deal. So it made you like his character a little bit more rather than just knowing that he was a straight dick.
Everyone needs a little, dick in their life. But mostly, I think when it came to Jax, I just appreciated and I understood how he just wanted to be loved. So, little backstory for you guys. If an immortal / fate falls in love, they lose their immortality. That is kind of the turning point.
That was a big thing.
I think that he wanted to be loved, and I think that he really would have almost gave it up for Tella. But I think he couldn't let go of his controlling nature.
That, and also Tella just wasn't in love with him.
No, I do think she had some attraction to him.
Yeah,
100%.
She flirted with him. She did have a little connection with him, for sure. I can definitely see that. But her heart was always on Legend.
Can't blame her for that one.
No.
I mean, Legend / Dante was a very appealing gentleman.
Yeah, I didn't understand the whole top hat deal.
Should I just start wearing a top hat and maybe you'll get it? It's an accessory. Everyone has their accessories.
I get it. I was just like, really? A top hat all the time?
Sounds itchy.
Yeah, my scalp would be like Itch McItcherton.
I wonder if he washes his hair. I would hope so.
I would think so.
You'd be surprised. They're on different types of islands, running around. One thing I'm curious about.
What if he had the magic ability to just wash himself without taking a bath?
God, that would save me so much time. All I could do was read.
He had the magic abilities of a fate.
I mean, I'll be honest though, I did prefer Julian over Legend. Let's be real.
I did too. He was way better to Scarlet than I feel Dante was to, or Legend was to Tella.
Especially after Spectacular. That's not right.
Oh, and also the name Donatella almost sounds like a Ninja Turtle. I laughed really hard when I first read Donatella. I was like, are you serious?
One thing that actually, now that you bring that up, one thing that would bother me when we were reading it was when, for example, like it would be starting a chapter, it would say Donatella Dragna did this, but then like a paragraph down it would be Tella. It's like
keep it consistent.
Yes, that is the thing with me. I need consistency.
Same. That was driving me nuts too. So I would say overall, this was not the greatest one for us.
I enjoyed it. So this was my second time reading it, and I definitely got more out of it than I did the first time. Like I definitely enjoyed Finale more, but I felt like Finale was so jam-packed, especially when it came to the time travel. Like I felt that could have been a couple chapters at itself, because in a way that was also Scarlett's chance to heal things when it comes to her mom, because Tella only got to meet her mom in the present day. Scarlett got to meet her in the past. That wasn't fair.
True.
Like I felt like there were so many inconsistencies with the storytelling with the sisters that it drove me insane. Like we're expected as readers to go ahead and love these girls almost equally, when clearly I feel there was a preference for Tella.
Yeah, I feel like there was definitely a strong liking to Tella than Scarlet, because like I said before, Scarlet annoyed the freaking hell out of me.
You really didn't like her.
No, I also didn't like that she had to meet this Count guy.
In Finale, yeah.
Oh, I hated it. Like, why do you still have to like pursue this thing? You know, I understand Julian lied to you, and he.
Oh, yeah, that's an understatement.
And he consistently lied to you, so you, of course, obviously, you don't trust him. That's human nature.
But she loves him, and she knew she loved him.
But she was still trying to be like, oh, the Count, because the Count wasn't actually the Count in Caraval when I met him. It was someone in disguise. Bullshit.
But you fell in love with this amazing guy who calls you Crimson and gets your dress to change, which I really did like that dress.
I loved the dress changing.
Oh, that was super cute.
With the emotions. I did love that aspect.
One thing I didn't like is that it was very clear Scarlet wore red and Tella wore blue.
Oh, yeah.
It was driving me insane.
I didn't like that either.
Like, she can't wear an ice cream?
Right. Like, she can't wear any other colors?
She only looks good in blue? Cool. She has blonde hair. I'm sure she would look fabulous in red. Scarlet would look amazing in green. I'm just saying, like...
Change it up!
It was just so particular about the clothes. And honestly, like, sometimes the clothes almost seem too fantasy. Yeah. Especially about the butterflies on the dresses. I'm like, personally, that's kind of weird to me. I wouldn't want to wear... Yes, butterflies are beautiful. I wouldn't want to wear a bug on a dress. I wouldn't really want to wear a dress in general. But...
I get what I'm saying. Yeah. But also, it was part of the Caraval all magic, you know.
I know, but it's just weird to me.
It is. It definitely is. It was just part of the whole magic, the overproduction of it, for lack of a better word.
It was nice, and I feel... Okay, this is what bothered the shit out of me. I just got hit with a brain blast, you guys. Let's talk about the fact that at the end of the series, Scarlet was just suddenly Empress.
Oh, I hated that.
That was weird. Like, your father tortured people, and you get to sit on the throne. How did the people even accept that? They didn't even go into how the people reacted.
No, they really didn't. And the only reason why she was Empress was because of apparently her mother.
Which that isn't even a fact or not. Because at one minute, Dante is the heir, and the next, it's her mother.
Yeah, and I feel like if anything,
It's
Tella
stupid.
almost should have been Empress because Tella met the queen before she passed.
100%. I actually like the queen.
I did like the queen too. She was actually nice. She was respectful. I don't know, she had a good head on her shoulders.
That scene actually made me like Tella more too.
Yeah, like there was a lot of aspects that just kept making me like Tella more, and even more aspects of why I did not like Scarlet.
Scarlet just, she
irritates
pissed you the fuck off.
She irritates me so much in this series.
Because I think, and I could be wrong,
if she actually grew as a character.
She didn't grow. She was the same exact person.
Yeah, if she grew as a character, would have been completely different, but she did not grow.
Because I do think she's going to do a sequel series to this. Not just Once Upon a Broken Heart, but remember when Tella went to the Fated Market and she needed to get a secret on Gavriel, the Fallen Star, and she had to trade her secret, her daughter's secret.
I remember
or
that.
she would die.
Yeah.
That is just, to me, who I like to write. And I'm not going to say I'm an author or anything, but to me, that is such a giant loose thread that you can't leave it unturned, especially, you know.
I'll be fine if it is.
I know you will. You won't read the... We'll probably end up reading the sequel. I know you. You're going to be like, I have to know what happens.
Do I?
I'm going to make you read it
There you
because
go.
I don't want to suffer alone. And this is no hate to Stephanie at all. I think I've read, Caraval. I read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Once Upon a Broken Heart, personally, is 10 times better than Caraval.
Okay, well, I haven't read that yet. That is in our upcoming.
That is in our docket, yeah.
But I don't know, just a series, I was just like, it's very YA, and I wanted it done.
So would you read it again?
No.
No, you're done? You'll keep it for the collection so it looks pretty?
I'll keep it to look pretty, but that's about it.
We read some duds sometimes. It's okay.
It's fine.
It made for good content.
Fireborn. We're not going to go into that. So, anything else we have about this book?
I really never want to read it again, and I feel horrible about saying that. I don't like crapping on someone's work. I feel like she put so much heart into it. But overall, this series, I think, just wasn't for us.
No. I mean, it's good if you're, like, starting as a reader, especially as a kid,
It's a great intro.
Yeah, like, I could see myself reading it if I was younger, in high school still, along with, like, Twilight and Hunger Games and all that nonsense. Like, I could see myself reading this and be like, okay, it was pretty good. But as an adult, I'm just like, ugh. After the things that we have read, more so, I'm just like, it's okay, but it could be way better.
I do think when you brought up Twilight, there is a slight difference. Just because I think there's more readability in Twilight.
I think it captures you more in Twilight because there is definitely more, like, love stuff.
And I also think Bella is a better protagonist than Scarlet.
Yeah, and there's also a triangle in Twilight, too.
I mean, it's just will she or not in this series. And I am very excited to eventually do Once Upon a Broken Heart because I do think you'll like that better.
Okay. With these books, I feel like the romance side of everything just took so long to finally come into play.
I also think that
it was so drawn out.
The romance also wasn't written. I feel Donatella's romance, weirdly enough, because I think Donatella's is more toxic than Scarlet's. I think her romance was better written than Scarlet's.
Yeah. Scarlet's just a stupid head.
She didn't want to admit she was in love. She
didn't want to admit anything, and she had trust issues, which I understand about having the trust issues. But at the same time, why do you keep trying to go after this Count guy that you've never met? You've only known him through a letter.
Well, I mean, if this was spicy, I would say he probably has a big butt. Since this is YA, it is non-existent. Not doing this again. Agreed?
Agreed.
But I do think we have some exciting news to share with our lovely listeners and watchers.
I think we do. What's our next episode going to be about, Dylan?
We are going to do something special and exciting for you guys. Every couple episodes, we are going to go back and read the books that got us into reading.
We are doing this once a month.
Yes, very exciting.
It's our throwback series. We are calling it Sip It, It Back.
Yes, and Sip It
Super
Back will
exciting.
have a sequel, especially if they have a movie.
Oh, it's gonna be real interesting with the movie. We're gonna try out the movie. We're gonna see how it goes.
We're gonna post it and see what you guys think of it. See how you guys feel. Give us some feedback.
Yeah, because we're unsure about this whole movie sequence.
We're gonna be really drunk during the entire movie sequence because not only will we be pairing a wine for the book, we're going to be pairing a wine for the movie.
Well, more than likely, it's gonna be the same wine. It's just gonna be 2 bottles.
That's dangerous, especially if she keeps picking fit. Oh wait, no, it's my turn this time.
Yeah, you get to pick it.
I'm gonna be looking at the alcohol content.
You said you had something in mind.
Becca, can I get a drum roll, please, on our next book?
So sorry. Please hold, everyone.
The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I am so excited for this.
So excited. And we are so excited because she just came out with a new book.
Sunrise on the Reaping. It
you have
is
not read it
so
yet,
good, you guys.
Dylan has.
Is coming. It is coming. We promise.
I haven't read it yet. Dylan has been reading it while reading the Caraval series.
I'm not going to lie. That is why it's taken us 3 weeks to film this episode.
That and also being just busy in life, which is totally fine. But I'm so excited to get back into it. I have not read Hunger Games since it came out.
So you've only read the first 3, correct?
Yes, I believe.
Our next episode is just primarily going to be the first Hunger Games book. And then in our next Sip It Back will be Mockingjay and Catching Fire. And then the final Sip It Back for the Hunger Games will be The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes alongside Sunrise on the Reaping. Even though it just came out, it just feels right to kind of do everything.
Might as well do everything.
I'm excited.
And it'll have enough time for everyone to hopefully read it or not read it.
You should read it with us, you guys. Tell us your favorite parts.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about Caraval as well. We'd love to hear your opinions.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough one.
Especially if you agree with Becca on Scarlet.
I can't stand the girl. Strong feelings on this.
I'm going to have to hear about it as we go get dinner, you guys.
I just have such strong feelings about Scarlet. I can't. Well, what is after Hunger Games, Dylan?
We promised you guys spice, and we will be doing the Gilded.
The Guild series.
The Guild series, yeah. I can't remember the author, but I'm super jazzed for that as well.
Hold on. By Raven Kennedy.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited. Is it a completed series?
I hope it's a completed series.
I really hope so. It's 6 books.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
Finally, one that we have both not read yet. So it's going to be extra interesting, and it's Smut.
Oh, God. It's time to start talking about some dicks. Well, you guys.
It's been fun.
This has been a lot of fun.
Well, it wasn't the best book series, but we got through it.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you want us to read.
For sure.
We're totally down to take options, except Caraval, apparently. She's not going to read it again, you guys. No. She might throw the book at you guys.
Don't tempt me.
Well, we will see you next week.
Next week for
Hunger Games.
Cheers,
May
guys.
the odds be ever in your favor.